Have you ever caught yourself wondering if you still make a difference in the world? Maybe while sitting quietly at home or watching younger folks rush by with their busy lives. If you're over 70, it's easy to feel like your best days are behind you, especially when society seems to focus on youth or when you're not as involved in the hustle and bustle as you once were. But let me tell you something, your presence, your wisdom, and your heart matter more than ever, and you have so much to offer. Whether it's to your family, your community, or even just to yourself, reigniting your self-worth after 70 isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about embracing the incredible value you bring to the world simply by being you. Today, I'm excited to share 6 powerful reminders to help you rediscover and reignite your self-worth after 70. These are heartfelt, practical ways to remind yourself that you are still a vital, vibrant part of this world, backed by stories and steps to make it feel real. So, grab a cozy seat, maybe a warm cup of coffee, and let's dive into the first reminder that can light up your sense of purpose and value. Let's start by talking about why your self-worth matters so much after 70. You've lived through decades of experiences, raising families, building careers, overcoming challenges. And that wisdom is like a treasure chest, full of stories and lessons that make you uniquely valuable. But sometimes, retirement, health changes, or feeling less needed can dim that inner spark, making you question your place in the world. Research shows that a strong sense of self-worth boosts mental health, reduces stress, and even improves physical well-being, helping you live with more joy and confidence. In this video, we'll explore 6 reminders to reignite your self-worth, celebrating your life's impact, sharing your stories, embracing your strengths, contributing in small ways, connecting with others, and practicing self-compassion. Each one comes with real-life examples and simple steps to help you feel your value every day. Ready to see how much you still matter? Let's begin with the first reminder, one that's all about recognizing the incredible impact you've had. The first reminder is celebrating your life's impact, which means taking time to reflect on the ways you've touched the lives of others, whether through big moments or small, everyday acts of kindness. It's easy to overlook the ripple effect of your life. Maybe you raised kids who are now raising their own, helped a friend through a tough time, or simply brought smiles to your neighbors. These moments matter, and reflecting on them reminds you that your presence has shaped the world in meaningful ways. Studies show that reflecting on positive contributions boosts self-esteem and reduces feelings of isolation, helping you feel connected and valued. My friend Margaret, who's 72, used to feel like her life didn't matter much since she retired from her job as a librarian. She started thinking about the impact she'd had, like the time she helped her daughter navigate a career change or taught her grandson to love reading. She wrote down a few of these memories in a journal, and it hit her how much she'd shaped her family's lives. Margaret began sharing these stories with her grandkids, and their appreciation made her feel valued again. She says it's like uncovering a hidden treasure of moments that remind her she's made a difference. To celebrate your life's impact, take 5 to 10 minutes a week to write down or think about 1 or 2 ways you've helped someone, like a kind word, a lesson you taught, or a time you were there for a friend. Keep a small notebook by your chair to jot these down, or share a memory with a family member or friend during a chat. If you're feeling stuck, ask someone close, like a child or sibling, "What's a moment you remember with me?" Their answers might surprise you. This practice helps you see the lasting mark you have left on the world. Now, let's move on to the second reminder, one that's about passing on your wisdom. The second reminder is sharing your stories, which means telling the tales of your life, your challenges, triumphs, and lessons to family, friends, or even new acquaintances. Your stories are a gift, carrying wisdom that can inspire and guide others. And sharing them reminds you of your unique value. After saying, your experiences are like a living history book, and telling them connects you to others while boosting your sense of purpose. Research shows that storytelling strengthens bonds, improves mental health, and enhances self-worth, especially for older adults. My neighbor Tom, who's 74, felt like his grandkids didn't care about his past as a mechanic. He started sharing short stories at family dinners, like how he fixed a neighbor's car during a snowstorm or learned to rebuild an engine. His grandkids were fascinated, asking questions, and even recording his stories on their phones. Tom felt proud, like his life mattered to them, and it brought them closer. He says it's like passing down a piece of himself, and it's made him feel valued in a new way. To share your stories, pick one memory, like a funny moment from your youth or a lesson from your career, and share it during a family gathering, coffee with a friend, or even in a letter to your kids. Start with one story a week, maybe over dinner or a call, keeping it short and light. If you're shy, write it down first or join a senior storytelling group at a community center or online. Keep a notebook of stories you want to share to make it easy. This practice reminds you your life is a treasure worth sharing. With your impact and stories celebrated, let's talk about a third reminder, one that's about what makes you shine. The third reminder is embracing your strengths, which means recognizing and using the skills, talents, or qualities that make you unique, like your patience, humor, or knack for fixing things. After 70, it's easy to focus on what's harder, like physical limitations. But your strengths are still there, ready to shine. Using them in small ways, like helping a neighbor or teaching a skill, reinforces your value and brings joy. Studies show that using personal strengths boosts confidence, reduces stress, and enhances well-being, helping you feel vibrant and purposeful. My friend Clara, who's 71, thought her days of being useful were over after arthritis slowed her down. But she realized she was great at listening and giving advice. She started offering to chat with neighbors who were going through tough times, and they began seeking her out for her calm, wise perspective. Clara felt needed and valued, and it gave her days new meaning. She says it's like rediscovering a part of herself she forgot was there, and it's made her feel alive again. To embrace your strengths. Think of one thing you're good at, maybe cooking, organizing, or making people laugh, and find a small way to use it, like baking for a neighbor or helping a grandkid with a project. Try this once a week, keeping it simple, like offering a kind word or sharing a skill. Write down 2 or 3 strengths you're proud of to remind yourself, and ask a friend or family member what they admire about you for inspiration. This practice helps you see your unique light. Now, let's explore a fourth reminder, one that's about giving back. The fourth reminder is contributing in small ways, which means doing little acts of kindness or service, like volunteering, helping a neighbor, or sharing your time. Even small contributions remind you that you make a difference, boosting your sense of worth. After 70, you might feel like you can't do as much, but even tiny acts like a phone call or a donation have a big impact. Research shows that helping others increases self-esteem, reduces loneliness, and even improves physical health, like lowering blood pressure, making it a powerful way to feel valued. My cousin George, who's 70, felt like he wasn't needed after retiring from his job as a carpenter. He started volunteering at a local food pantry for 2 hours a week, packing groceries and chatting with others. People thanked him, and he felt proud of making a difference. George says it's like realizing he still has something to give, and it's brought him joy and new friends. To contribute in small ways, find one simple act you can do weekly, like calling a lonely friend, donating to a charity, or helping at a community event. Check with your local library, church, or food bank for volunteer opportunities, or do something informal, like baking for a neighbor. Start with 1 hour a week. And if mobility's an issue, try virtual volunteering, like writing letters for a charity. Keep a calendar to track your contributions and feel the impact. This habit reminds you your actions matter. Let's move on to a fifth reminder, one that's about the people in your life. The fifth reminder is connecting with others, which means building or strengthening relationships through small, meaningful moments, like a chat, a text, or a shared laugh. After 70, it's easy to feel disconnected, especially if friends or family are far away. But even brief interactions can make you feel valued and part of something bigger. Research shows that social connections boost self-worth, reduce stress, and improve mental health, helping you feel vibrant and seen. My friend Susan, who's 70, felt isolated after moving to a new town post-retirement. She started smiling and chatting with her mail carrier and joined a senior coffee group at her community center. Those small connections grew into friendships, and Susan felt like she belonged again. She says it's like finding a little family wherever she goes, and it's made her feel important and cared for. To connect with others, try one small outreach a day, like texting a friend, saying hi to a neighbor, or calling a family member. Aim for one longer connection a week, like a coffee date or video chat. Join a local group, like a book club or gardening club, through your community center or church. Many are free for seniors. If you're shy, start with a quick, "How's your day?" to someone you see often. Keep a list of people to reach out to for consistency. If distance is an issue, try online groups for seniors. This habit fills your life with warmth and value. Now, let's wrap up with a sixth reminder, one that's about being kind to yourself. The sixth reminder is practicing self-compassion, which means treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend, especially when you're feeling low or doubting your worth. After 70, it's easy to be hard on yourself. Maybe you feel you're not as active or relevant as before, but self-compassion reminds you that you're enough, just as you are. Studies show that self-compassion boosts self-worth, reduces anxiety, and improves emotional health, helping you feel at peace with yourself. My Uncle Fred, who's 75, used to feel down about slowing down physically, thinking he wasn't valuable anymore. He started saying kind things to himself, like, "You've done so much, and you're still enough," and treated himself to small joys, like a favorite book or a warm meal. He also wrote down one thing he was proud of each day, like helping a neighbor. Fred felt more at ease and valued, and his days felt brighter. He says it's like becoming his own cheerleader, and it's changed how he sees himself. To practice self-compassion, try saying one kind thing to yourself daily, like, "I'm doing my best," and that's enough, especially when you're feeling low. Write down one thing you're proud of each day, like a small task or a kind act, in a notebook by your bed. Treat yourself to something you love weekly, like a cozy movie night or a favorite dessert. If negative thoughts creep in, pause and focus on something you appreciate about yourself. Try a mindfulness app for seniors to guide you. This habit helps you feel worthy and loved. Now, let's bring it all together. The 6 reminders celebrating your life's impact, sharing your stories, embracing your strengths, contributing in small ways, connecting with others, and practicing self-compassion are like sparks that reignite your self-worth after 75. They help you see the incredible value you bring to the world, filling your days with purpose, connection, and pride. You don't need to do them all at once. Start with one, like writing down a memory or saying something kind to yourself, and feel the difference. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one thing that makes you feel valued? Or which reminder are you excited to try? Your story could inspire someone else. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more tips on living your best life at any age. You matter, and your light is still shining bright. Here's to a vibrant, worthy you. Keep glowing.